Hello everyone, welcome to the DF show. I'm DF. So, what I have for you today is a movie review, my first movie review, and it's going to be for Deadpool. So I saw it yesterday, and whoever saw my tweet, I know I said I was going to put it a few hours afterwards, but I got busy. But, my review, I'm going to start off right away giving my score, and after that I'll list off my gripes that I have for the movie, which for this one may be a little bit spoilery, so I give you the warning now. But my official score, I'm going to give it, after thinking about it for, all night, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Out of 10. Now you're probably thinking, why is it not a 10? I mean, everybody loves it. It's the best R-rated movie right now. You may be thinking, oh, you can go fuck yourself, and all I'll say to that is, I already did. Oh yeah. Anyway, to tell you why it's an 8.5, you have your warning. My gripes may be a little spoilery right now, so if you don't want to be a little spoiled, it's very, very, very small spoilers. I would suggest leaving now, but you have my score. So, alright, now that you're ready for the spoilers, my minor gripes, again, even though this is not made by Marvel Studios or Disney, this is made by Fox, the villain, Marvel villain, weak. I don't get why it's so fucking hard for Marvel movies. They did it just, well, even X-Men Days of Futures Past, Peter Trask, as much as I like Peter Dinklage, aka Dinklebot, the character wasn't that well done. It really wasn't. I mean, the Sentinels may have been the villains, but they're Sentinels. There's not much to it. And it's, you have Magneto and everything, and he did turn out to be sort of a bad guy in that movie, but, the main villain, not that great. I mean, he did his part, you could say. I have no issue with the way he was acted. It's just the way he was portrayed. It wasn't, he wasn't written very well. He wasn't present enough to put out that he was an imposing villain. You know what I mean? So it was a bit, that was a disappointment, so that's a little bit of spoilery. The other thing is, as if you know Deadpool, it's more disappointing. But in the comics and the video game, Deadpool has multiple voices in his head. He has his normal speaking voice, and then on the other side he has from the video game, which I loved, voiced by Nolan North, which I would have hoped he would have came in as a cameo as a voice for him in his head. He talks normally, and then when he has sort of a serious, still crazy thought, he has a deeper voice, like, Deadpool, I think we're going the wrong way. And then he has a higher, more crazy voice in his head, but like, oh, we should do this kind of thing, let's go do this.
Anyway, looked over your proposal. Not gonna pretend I understand any of it, but the answer is no. We're gonna pass on your big game idea.
What? He said no? That was our chance to be in our own video game.
Maybe we shouldn't have written the proposal in crayon. Relax. You know he's gonna call back.
Oh yeah, because of the...
Let's make a video game.
See? Once again, our explosive personality wins the day.
High five!
No high fives, we're voices in our head.
I've got my top designers banging away on a script right now. As soon as it's ready, we'll send it right over.
Script? This is bullshit. A script?
Like some dingus word writer's gonna know better than me how to show how amazing I am.
Amazing is more Spider-Man's thing, really.
Yeah, right. What's so amazing about that geek?
Well, superhuman strength and reflexes, extrasensory perception, genius-level intellect, the ability to stick to any surface.
Know what else sticks to any surface? A load of goo.
Ooh, Spider-Man. But does Spider-Man have a sweet-ass supercharged healing factor? No. But me? Some jackass gets lucky and tags me with a stray bullet? Whatever. Freaky cellular regeneration for the win, bitches!
And another big difference...
Click.
And then he still talks to himself and all that kind of stuff. So they didn't include that, which was disappointing. But he still broke the fourth wall. So there's no issue there. He still talked, he still talked to the camera as if there was a camera. So he knew there was. And another spoiler thing, one of the best, in my opinion, the best fourth wall break was when Colossus was taking him to the jet to take him back to the mansion, to Professor X, and Deadpool goes, "Oh, which one, McAvoy or Stewart?" And yes, he knows he's a character, and that's the best thing. The other thing was near the end, he goes to recruit Colossus and Negasonic for help, and he goes, "Why is that every time I come in this house, it's all empty, it's just you two? It's like the studio couldn't afford anybody else in this house." So yeah, that was great. My other gripe, and you know, it's a kind of a silly gripe, like it's my personal, like, very minor, very disappointing, although what really happened was still, I think, fixed it. But at one point he cuts off his hand to escape, and it's left there, and I really would have wished it wouldn't have been just that hand, but another limb that got cut off that he takes. You know, if he gets his arm cut off, he grabs it and he tries to put it back on. And because in the cartoon, there's a Hulk versus Wolverine, and they're fighting, and then Weapon X program comes in, Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Deadpool, and Crimson Red, I think that's his name. Then they start fighting Wolverine, and Wolverine cuts with Deadpool's arm.
Dude, that is just not cool. Wow. Look at that. Could you give me a hand? I'm kidding. All right. I'll go get it. There we go. No, that's not right. What the hell? There she is. Sweet.
So if they would include that would have been awesome. But other than that, it's still a great movie. It's still hilarious. I still recommend go seeing it. So see it multiple times so it gets more money. You know, so it. I mean, they already greenlighted the sequel, and at the end of the credits, he came out and he goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have Deadpool 2, and we're gonna have Cable," which, ooh.
Cable? Hey, man out of time. What are you doing here?
We haven't seen him since our run in the comics together.
Oh, I love reunions.
Wade, I need you to listen closely. I've time traveled from the future to bring you a dire warning about...
Oh, God, here he goes again. He's not here 10 seconds before he starts boring us with his dire warning from the future crap.
Sinister has knocked out the X-Men by broadcasting...
We may want to pay attention. This could explain a critical plot point.
The survival of Earth entirely depends on... which all hinges on you, Wade. Now here's the critical part.
It's so boring. Make it stop.
Damn it, Wade!
Which means, what I'm thinking, if they're gonna go the route the way the video game went, they had Cable in there, and they had a good villain, and I think they could bring in a very good villain and have him portrayed very well, which was Sinister. And if they do that, oh, they'd be awesome.
Ooh, Mr. Batty Bad Guy. He's a mutate like me. He never wants to go out for beers. He uses his genius intellect to study cloning and all sorts of crap that bad guys do to make armies. He's also the boss of the Marauders, total losers who do his evil bidding. Evil. Evil!
And then they could bring in Wolverine and some of the other X-Men, Rogue, Domino, that kind of thing.
Psylocke? Domino? Boner? Engaged? What are you X-Babes doing here?
We'd probably know if we'd read the original script.
Deadpool, you need to listen to me. Mr. Sinister has taken over Chance
Hard
White's
to
satellite.
believe we used to date her.
Why'd you dump her? She's hot.
Not as hot as Psylocke, though.
Were you even paying attention?
Wolverine? Rogue? Hey, you're here too?
Try reading the script.
Like the girl said, we gotta go to Genosha if we're gonna stop Mr. Sinister from...
Wait, Genosha the island? Hey, we'll have to fly there. Are we taking the Blackbird? Oh, I always wanted to fly the Blackbird.
No goddamn way.
Deadpool, quit fooling around!
Let's just kill all the X-Men.
LOL.
Deadpool, look out!
And have him actually fight other mutants, bad mutants, instead of just, you know, he only had to, he didn't even fight. He only had to fight the main bad guy. He didn't fight any other mutants. Yeah, he left that to Colossus. Oh, another Colossus, I don't know why they decided to make him all CGI and voiced by somebody else. They made him talk way too much for Colossus, in my opinion. Made him talk way too much. That role would have been better, or the way he talked and the amount of time he talked would have been better for Cable, not Colossus. I mean, and then, you know, they had offered it to the actor who played him in the X-Men 2 and X-Men Days of Futures Past, but, you know, they said, yeah, you can do it, we'll have you in it, but we need it voiced by this other guy, and he decided not to come back, so they made him CGI, and that wasn't necessary, that kind of thing, so. But yeah, great movie, go see it, and this is my first review, 8.5.
Guys? Red! Deathstrike? I can't believe it. I'm alive! I'm alive!